Right, hello, how's it going? Welcome back to the Eboys podcast. How yous all doing, boys?
I'm doing
good,
vibing,
thanks. How are
mate.
you?
Brilliant. Today, actually, before we tell you, they know the title. Before we tell you what we're doing, will you please follow us on Spotify, rate it on Apple, subscribe to the Eboys podcast channel and the Eboys Clips Highlights channel.
Yeah.
Please
that one.
and thank you. We
Nice.
all massively
Yeah, thank
appreciate
you.
it. Today, we are going to be giving you lot some life advice. We are four very qualified men for this, and these are some opinions you should trust. We all on our sharpest.
I don't know if I agree with that. I wouldn't trust anything George Mimi just told me to do.
Why?
Nah,
but-
George has got loads of money. I trust his good judgment,
Yeah.
guiding.
Look at him sat there.
I think George has got
Something.
ideas.
I got street smarts.
Right.
Yeah.
That's from growing up on the block.
What George is going to say is that he sells drugs.
Yeah. What he's saying is he's a drug dealer in his spare time. That's what he means by that.
Well, you know I can't comment on that.
Oh, God.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, because the
you
ongoing
wanna-
case.
You want to crack straight into it?
Yeah,
let's
go on.
go for it. Let's
begin.
go for it.
We've got one.
That's what George tells his clients.
Okay. My nan
Alleged
made
clients.
my family hate me.
Oh.
Your family
My nan
hate
hate. This is from.
you. Is this advice that you want us to give you, Will?
What?
Oh, I thought you were
I
just
think-
venting.
No.
Please, okay, we've made that joke once. Can we not make that joke for every single piece of advice
Wow.
we ask?
Alright,
Catty.
alright.
Kitty got claws.
Alright.
Poor Alex.
Oh,
Don't
it's
have
alright.
that, Al.
No, it's fine. Don't
I'm
worry.
sorry. Don't be sad. I'm sorry.
Okay. Right. This one is from blank name Sally. Sally. She says, my nan hates me. 4 days before I was born, my granddad, in brackets, her husband, thank you for clearing that up, Sally, would never
Yeah.
have been able to figure, died in a car accident. So my nan has this crazy theory that he had to die in order for a new person, me, to be born. Because of this, she absolutely despises me.
Surely, wouldn't you be like, it's the reincarnation of, oh my God, my camera's falling. It's the reincarnation of
Yeah.
Gramps.
You're being haunted
when I
there,
was younger, I
James,
thought that about
by
me dogs.
speaking ill of the dead.
Yeah, this guy, his car has crashed right into my camera,
he's knocked
right
his-
into my Sony
he knocked his
A6400.
Sony over. I think that's. I think if that was me, I'd embrace it, and I'd walk into the room, and I'd do this, and then I'd pretend to speak to her as her dead husband.
That is horrible.
That's so mean, Alex.
All right, the story goes on. She takes any opportunity she has to call me fat or ugly. Today she gave me a cream egg and whispered in my ear, only eat half of it. Can't make you any fatter than you already are.
Okay, well, we need to clear something up straight away. Sally, does she confirm if she is fat and ugly? Because if she is, then the grandma
Yeah,
has
we
a right.
need to know that. Yeah,
Wow.
that's important.
Oh, no, that's appalling.
This is she doesn't really ask for any advice here.
Because if you are fat and ugly, then maybe that's advice. Could be a nice thing. I mean, this is the
horrible.
thing. Hang on, no, because that actually is quite important, James. Because I've never received a cream egg from somebody and thought they ate me. I've always seen that as a nice gesture.
It's a sign of respect.
Yeah, but it was the passive aggression stuff. It came. She whispered in her ear, "We can't make you any fatter than you are." Like, it was nice for about 3 seconds. So it was a nice gesture, and then it wasn't.
Cream eggs aren't really that great anyway.
So, but I don't know what you want from this. I'm not really too. Oh shit, Sally.
Oh,
Sally.
well!
All right, well, there you go. That's her name. Last name, address. Should we chuck that in?
Do you reckon her grandma's watching?
Okay, yeah. You didn't ask for any advice, so we move.
Hang on, are we supposed to give advice on that?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what we're doing, yeah.
Well, I just did. I said,
I know what to say. Like, just fucking brave it.
No, she didn't ask anything. We can't give advice.
haunt them.
Oh, right, yeah.
But don't worry, this one is a bit more open-ended of a question. Okay, this one is from a boy. Can I have a boy name, please?
Barry.
Simon.
Barry, Simon, and Dave. Can we go a little bit younger? It says for context, I'm 23.
Greg.
Okay, Greg. Hello, boys. I love the pod. Thank you, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.
Rate it 5 stars on Apple. Thank you. This one is a bit all over the place, so I'll explain the best that I can. Apologies, it is quite long. For context, I'm 23. Girl A is 24 and girl B is 26. It's like a fucking GCSE maths problem. I live with 2 girls. You can probably see where this is going. I've lived with them both for over 2 years, and we were all friends before moving in together, so we thought things would be fine. But there's a twist, lads. Over the last year or so, myself and girl A have been cuddling, talking, and sleeping together. But after sleeping together, it says in brackets, not sex. When this first started, we talked to girl B about it to make sure she wasn't uncomfortable with the situation, and she said it was fine. I really, really like girl A, and I think she feels the same way. I don't know if I do, if it's been a year and you've not, a good old
Yeah,
rodding.
what's going on there?
Did you say a good old rodding?
Yep, you know what I'm saying. However, we're in the first 10 minutes still. I'll keep it PG. I'm learning, George. I'm learning.
Yeah, let's title this The Rod Pod.
The rod pod.
The Rod Pod.
That's outrageous.
Okay. However, recently, girl B has suddenly taken issue with myself and girl A doing stuff together and not just the coupley stuff. Things as simple as going for a walk together or having a private conversation. Girl B has little to no friends except for girl A. So I'm thinking lockdown, she's got no mates, she's kind of losing her only mate, and they're not even really shagging. And she doesn't get out much. Even before COVID, she didn't get out much. Awful grammar there.
But they still
Greg.
live with each other, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes, but she doesn't get out much. She's saying she doesn't have anything, going on outside of this situation, so it's like a whole world. Girl B has said she is sick of me and girl A constantly being together and doing whatever we're doing, has apparently always had an issue with it. When she said it, sorry, this is a bit long-winded, but I'll get there. When she said it, it obviously pissed both me and girl A off beyond belief because both of us have developed feelings.
I don't know if I
Have
believe
you
that.
really,
Yeah.
though? You know what? Can I just add? I think girl B is just frustrated that they haven't shagged yet. She's
Yeah.
like, just fucking get it over with.
Get
Right.
over with.
She wants to hear that.
Yeah, she's like,
that
I'm going to hear it
rodding
at some
through the-
point. Please stop.
Yeah.
It's like Chinese water torture. When
Yeah.
are you going to hear them shag? You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know what's happening. You got a flannel over your face and you're hoping for the best and you're in a dark and dingy room and you've been trapped there for a year. Who knows what's going to happen?
Currently, girl A has put a hold on anything because B has a problem with it and says she doesn't want to lose girl B as a friend over this. Do I
She's
try
put a
and
hold on
talk to
something,
B?
all right? Sorry. Keep going.
Oh, no, sorry.
Well, she hasn't
Do
really.
I try and talk to B about it to clear the air, or do I try and talk to A to say that girl B shouldn't have such control over her life? Or do I count my blessings and move on from A? The last thing I want to do is lose her, even as a friend, but with feelings I really just couldn't be friends with her. Thanks, boys. I look forward to hearing your advice.
I have genuine advice. Does anyone have any jokes they want to make before the genuine
Well, we're
advice?
clearing the air. Come on.
Not that I can think of. I've been trying to brew one up, but I can't. It was too long. There's too much.
Come on, then. What's your thoughts?
I think the very idea that you're going, do I talk to girl A or girl B is the problem. You need to get together in a room and go, hey, there's been this
Hey, let's
issue
have a
underlying
threesome.
the apartment. No,
Yes,
George.
too right.
Shag them both instead of shagging one.
Yeah.
Well, he's clearly struggling to go for the first. So, let's not run before we can walk. I think he needs to go to both of them and go, hey, find out what everyone's priorities are.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to live together? Do you want a relationship with girl A? What do you want?
Oh, you can't do that with her there though. You can't get like deep relationally coupley stuff whilst the other girl's in the room.
Why not? Because I think if you address that as a 3, it's more likely that
not
you're
really
going to
part
come
of it.
out with a result.
I think you maybe speak to girl A first and then speak as a 3. I don't think he can do the relationship as a lot.
Okay.
But I think it's worth considering that we are in strange times. Like,
Yeah.
if she, could get out more and could do stuff, maybe she wouldn't be asked that you're trying to finger her friend, but not really. I think maybe
And
just
also,
bide your time.
Let's talk about girl B for a second, because let's say they mentioned the pandemic. Girl B may not have had a shag in the last year, and she's just watching her 2 flatmates and friends canoodling all the time, and she's just there fucking frustrated out of her mind.
Yeah.
That must be fucking hard.
Yeah, I've got sympathy for girl B. I think you can see why she's getting pissed off when they said private conversations. I imagine you're sat alone in the apartment and they're just whispering to each other. You'd want to off yourself.
Yeah.
That's why Hamid left.
Just be nice to girl B. Understand girl B's situation,
Invite
She's
her
not
in.
got, like... So there's plenty of room for another person.
Maybe that is the answer.
What? The threesome.
Yeah, maybe that is actually the answer.
Break the
Right.
tension.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, it would. It would it get a. I'm gonna move on. Okay. Hey boys, hope you're all doing well. I recently came out of a breakup, and knowing I'm eventually going to have to find someone else is daunting me. I'm a very awkward guy who struggles with social situations. This one's from Harry Wrote a Shaw. So do I try and find someone new online, or keep my tail between my legs and see what comes my way?
Well, he's asking if he should try his luck online.
No. Do I try and find someone? Oh yeah, new online. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can just delete the app.
Well, if you don't feel ready, don't do it yet, Chief.
I have a suggestion.
Don't rush yourself.
Nah, you're gonna have to cut. It's gonna have to happen sooner or later.
I have a suggestion. Join the I'm Alex Discord. Scout out in
God.
there.
Whoa.
Scout out in there, Alex. They're all like 14.
Yeah.
Oh god.
You just have to ask for the parents' permission first.
Oh god. I mean, nobody specifies their age. It might be. No, let's not go too deep down that.
Yeah, let's not go down that
Let's not
route.
go down that route. I think he should. I think he should sign himself up to every dating website ever, and then just see what happens.
Yeah, because if it just goes wrong, you can just delete the app, innit?
I think, yeah, and if we're talking about someone who finds themselves as like quite a socially awkward person, it could be good to just kind of chat to people online before you're thrown back into the real world, Try not to take it too seriously. If you meet someone that's sick, you meet someone that's sick. But, like, don't go into it going, okay, I need to find my relationship using this app,
Pay for Tinder Gold, and then make the location worldwide.
That's a fucking scam, by the way. It's so expensive.
Yeah. I once paid for this was ages ago when
You
I
sure
paid
you want to
for
admit to this on the podcast?
Yes, I am. I paid for on Bumble. You can pay for like boosts to put your profile out there, and I was like, you know what? I'll let the ladies try and find me. So I boosted it. It cost me like a $5, and I got no one liked me. No one likes me.
Oh, mate, that's pretty criminal.
Fucking is Bumble the one where they've got a message first?
Yeah, it's like girls message guys first.
Right.
In the short amount of time I used Tinder, I only matched with a few people, and the majority of them said, this isn't the real James Marriott, and that was the only
You're
reason
too
people
famous
matched with
for it.
me, so
With a big.
I just gave up.
Because you're really famous.
What, just to tell you that you didn't exist?
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's not for me.
This one
No.
is called Group Coursework Useless Group Mates, which
Oh yes. Oh, I wonder who can relate to this.
Hello, boys. I'm a final year uni student doing an engineering course, and I have had numerous group courseworks with the same people. However, the last coursework, only 2 out of 4 people in the group actually did.
Oh no, there's 4 of them as well. Oh no! Oh no!
Out of the 6,000 words completed, all were from me and the other guy who did the work. I'm assuming you did a bunch of it in uni, James. Group fucking work
Yeah.
is the worst. There's
see-
always... Go on.
I'm a bit of a control freak, so I don't mind it. I quite like having that moment over someone if they haven't done their part of the work, and that pisses me off.
I did that in college as well. We had to do a group. We had to make a film with like 5 other people, and I shot, acted, and edited the entire thing because the other 4 didn't come to class. So
I remember once we had an entire. I did like games design and development, and we had like a whole class project. And the project was we had to build a game, like a fairly basic 3D game together. And the guy who was basically in charge of the map, he was quite well off. So what he did was he paid like people, like I guess like $5 to do it all for him.
Wow.
Banger.
and that's called Fortnite now, everyone. So
I can't even.
congratulations to him.
I don't even know if he got in trouble. Like, but it was.
Did he get a good grade?
Everyone knew he bought it, like all the assets and stuff.
I don't know what advice you could be given there because, like, let's face it, if you've got a group project where 2 of the people aren't doing anything, I mean, I don't know. What do you
Sorry,
do
there's way more to this. There's way more to this to explain.
Oh, right, all right.
Alex,
Sorry.
no. Sorry, George. I want to know the grade you got for that coursework, though. Did you get away with it?
I think I did because I did quite good. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything naughty.
But it was a group coursework, right? What happened?
Huh?
But it's like the group coursework. What happened?
I don't know. I honestly can't remember, Will.
Right.
It was like 5 years ago.
Fair
Jesus.
enough. Fair enough.
Ancient times.
Yeah, I know,
okay.
for sure.
We want to do a peer review. However, so basically, it's like for those that don't know, you like at the end of it, you kind of like rate everyone else's contribution.
That's horrific, by the way.
And I think it adjusts their marks and stuff, but they see it. However, we still need to work with these people for a group dissertation, which carries a massive weighting. Do we take the hit now and not do a peer review and reduce our grade in the one module to make sure there's no conflict for the rest of the group dissertation, or do we do a peer review, make an enemy of them, and despite the better grade in one module, I'm assuming you get a little bit of a better grade for doing the peer review, possibly take a hit in the group dissertation? We're torn right now. We await your response.
I have an idea.
Oh.
That's tough.
Make the peer review anonymous.
I don't think that's an option.
No.
Give
you fuck
give the two who you don't like very much a Cadbury's cream egg and whisper into their ear and tell them they should do a better job, and you'll give them the other half when they do a better job, and then you can fix everything here.
Just make a death threat against them. That'll work.
No. I don't know what I hate more, in fairness. The idea of failing or the idea of confrontation. So I think this is also something that would really stump me. I don't have an answer.
Yeah, they're equally terrifying.
I think you've got to confront them.
I think I would. If I was in this situation, if I know that I need them for the final part of the project, I wouldn't give them like a fucking 9 out of 10. But I wouldn't give them like a fucking 2. I'd be like, I think I just...
Keep it like
I'd be
5 or a 6.
I'd give them a 6, because you don't go 5, because 5's too close to a 4. You've got to go for like a 6 or a 7, and then you just probably write something in their passive.
Passive-aggressive.
Well, they just hope for the best.
I think you pattern them, because if maybe they need a kick up the arse for the dissertation. Like,
I
if they
reckon you
get a
hit
3 out of 10 and no marks out of this coursework, when it comes to the dissertation, and that's a huge percentage, surely they'll be like, fuck, I've actually got to do it in this one so they don't stiff me. Like, maybe you take that awkwardness, and then you've got to work together anyway. No one really wants awkwardness long term.
I think they should make a commentary YouTube video giving them constructive criticism. In their work.
Characters still.
And that'll make them do better.
Big yellow writing, this has gone too far.
Do you know what? Unironically, I reckon you give them a 10, and then when it comes to the final part of the project, you make it your absolute life goal to fucking try and make sure they fail. And like you do everything you can.
But it's group. You'd fail.
Yeah, but then you just go mental. You just bring the whole thing down. Or what you could do is maybe when they're driving into uni, you could like lay down like fucking like one of those things they lay down when they're trying to catch criminals. Fucking crash his car, kill him. Finish the project with just the 3 out of the 4 of you, or the 2 out of the 4 of you. Maybe you just hire a hitman, get rid of him. Because then, technically, you can't fail the project because of that. Because if he dies in mysterious circumstances,
everyone passes.
Everybody passes by default.
So if anyone wants to sponsor the podcast,
you won't give the man a 2 out of 10, but you'll get him murdered.
No, but everyone passes, and then you don't have to do the work yourself.
Right.
And you get time off.
I think uni's a scam.
To mourn. This is a great idea.
All right, boys. Next title: Stepbrother Shag Conundrum.
Oh god.
Ooh, we love a stepbrother shag conundrum. Tell it to me, Will.
I've seen this title.
No, that's
before.
not a conundrum. That's my pinned browser's history.
I'm writing this from the washing machine. Hello. First of all, please keep me anonymous. Call me Pasquale or something. Pascal.
Is that what you get your stepsister to call you?
He's got an acted name.
No, this is from the girl.
Oh.
Okay.
Call me Pascal. Yeah, no. Anyway. Call me Pascal or something. My friend would kill me if she found out that I'd sent this in. Secondly, the subject of this is not clickbait or porn related.
Oh, fuck off then.
So, I'm good friends with my friend. Yes. Let's call her.
Wow.
Well,
We're getting the scoop in here.
Sorry, I'm going to sit up. Jesus, never heard this.
Let's call her Shannon. Welcome, Shannon. And also her mum, just through many...
Let's go, chap.
Okay, all right. She's friends with Shannon and her mum. Shannon's mum remarried last year, and to Shannon's horror, her new stepbrother is a lad she'd been seeing through work and had shagged a few times. Ooh. after finding out they were technically family, well, you're not really.
They're not really.
They continued shagging. Well done.
Well then.
Yeah, well then.
I like it. They went on a family holiday to Spain. This it says in brackets pre-COVID. Well done. And continued this escapade, even in the same house as their parents. My questions for you are: should I tell her mum and put a stop to this?
Nah, snitch.
No.
Why was you ruining that for yourself?
No, they're not blood related, so it's all right.
So it's the friend talking about their friend. So they're not the person who sent this in isn't shagging.
Oh, don't be in there.
Sure. Huh?
Leave it.
Don't get involved.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Leave it.
Don't get involved.
Also,
None of your fucking business.
yeah. Also, right, if they'd met before the parents had met, well, then the parents are worse.
Yeah, in a way.
You know, just because they're married.
Yeah, well, let's
They're
talk about how
yeah.
their parents are shagging in the same house as them.
All right, and the second question is: if Jar Jar Binks was your step sibling, would you still shag him?
What?
That implies you
Misa
shag him
stuck.
definitely.
Misa stuck in the laundry machine.
That question, by the way, that question does imply that it is undebatable that if he wasn't related to you, you'd be fucking him anyway. And that is the most interesting thing about that question. It's like, it's that.
I don't
it's
think
like,
we've
it's that.
ever said we'd shag Jar Jar Binks before.
Yeah, it says still, right? When did we ever say
I
the
definitely
first time?
have.
When have we set that precedent? I don't remember that.
I did. I did an impression and everything of him like sucking a cock.
Oh.
I remember it very well.
Oh, God.
It's in a podcast somewhere. Didn't make it to the highlights channel. Don't know why, Bryce.
I haven't screened this one. I haven't read through this one before, so if it tails off a bit, I do apologise.
No worries.
It's okay, Will.
Hiya all. So does BF mean best friend or boyfriend?
It can mean both.
Oh wait, it says I've dated. All right. So my boyfriend that I've been dating for a while now, over a year. Oh, but his ex continuously still posts about him and our relationship all over her social media. She thinks that he cheated on her with me. This is awfully written. However, the only reason behind this is just our relationship now, and the fact we were friends for. Rachel, you're taking the piss here. This is year 3 literature.
Oh, God.
We're friends for a while before we broke up with her. He didn't cheat on her with me, which obviously I know because I'm a part of that situation.
Yeah.
And we got together a few months after they had broken up. But despite it being over a year now, she still posts about him indirectly as if it's a secondary school relationship. Zing. It annoys me because I know that's not true. We're all in our early 20s, which I thought would mean that we're past petty shit like this. You're in your early 20s and writing like you've got fucking... Anyway, I'm not only sure what to do.
Maybe she does, Will. Maybe she does have fucking...
Yeah, whatever is.
Oh, this gets juicy. I'm not really sure what to do, as I feel the best option is to just leave it alone and let her be mad. That's right. But there's a super petty part of me that wants to DM her and tell her all the stuff he's told me. Like how he lied and never loved her, or that she was shit in bed and couldn't make him come. I think he might be lying to you. Rebecca.
Nah, you just two wrongs don't make a right. You're just kind of poking the line there.
That opens up a whole jar of worms that you do not want access to.
Yeah, she could fight. She might, if they were together for ages, she might be able to fire back with some heat.
But-
Says, I feel like I'm stooping to her level though, so any thoughts would be great, lol.
Yeah, just leave it in it.
From an outsider's perspective, if you post it on Facebook, that's so great when you see somebody post like that on Facebook, and you could entertain a lot of your mates by turning this into a big war. So think about the entertainment value that you could be bringing to everybody's lives right now.
This is why you always get yourself in shit.
Yeah. The ex will most definitely be a mother of 2 within the next 4 years.
Yep. This is from like Crawley.
Yeah.
This has got Crawley written all over it. What are we saying? Just leave the nutter?
Leave it,
just
yeah.
leave
Yeah,
it.
leave
Just
it, mate.
She's obviously got nothing going on. Like, you don't want to... There's no point, like, poking her.
Well, clearly she hasn't, according to the information. She's got nutting going on.
And lots
she
of
hasn't.
it, I think.
That was hard, actually. That one only really worked in my brain. Never mind.
Yeah, loads of cum.
Okay.
Yep.
This
Lots
one.
of cum.
I'm now 23 and I've never been in a relationship.
Loser.
I only-
Virgin, lol.
I only ever just wanted sex and was content with that. But recently, I've tried to open up and let some feelings in, but only got my heart broke. How can I differentiate between love and desire? Wow, this one's written brilliantly.
Fucking hell.
That's a deep one. And us, the E-Boys, can answer that question.
Yeah, you're barking up the wrong tree.
This is the difference between it's the way that I see Buckbeak and the way I see Dobby. I think that's the way you should always address it.
Sake.
Buckbeak, quick shag, Dobby, love of my life, you know?
No, you want to keep Buckbeak and look after Buckbeak and pet
You want to
his
give him
feathers.
lots of pets.
You would keep Buckbeak.
You want to go good Buckbeak, and
You
give
wouldn't want to
him,
lie next to Dobby.
rabbits.
Dobby's like all bony and skinny. You wouldn't want to lay down next to him every night. But if you lay down next to Buckbeak and he put his wing out, he'll put his wing around you when you're having a bad day. Can you think about how much better you'd feel every day if Buckbeak?
Yeah, but
just
Dobby's
went,
more human. No point, right? We can't get back into this on a fucking themed episode, right? Put your blinkers on, focus. The next question, am I not made for love or am I just unlovable?
Oh my God, Jesus Christ, man!
Jesus, you're asking truly the wrong podcast. I hope the last 2 minutes have taught you that. How do I stop myself from just feeling like I'm worth something if I am someone's cum dumpster? I've read
What?
that word for word.
Fucking Jesus, man! You've got some serious fucking issues.
hang on, wait, is this a guy or a girl?
Alex!
Sorry.
No, I think, anyone can be loved and can love. You just clearly have been barking up the wrong tree. You've been going into relationships going, I want sex, and then as soon as you've gone into those relationships thinking, I want sex, and then suddenly people haven't loved you and have wanted you for sex, you've gotten upset. You need to go into
Happens to
something...
me all the time. Don't worry.
Yeah. No, I think you should put some focus on going on a nice date when you meet someone, right? Not just going let's get it done, let's get it over with. You know?
James Marriott's approach to sex.
Where should they go on their first? If the first date, this person should take somebody on to fix this. I think Shrek's Adventure.
Yes, Shrek's Adventure. Excellent.
Is that the one by the wheel?
Yeah.
You joke. I think that is a fantastic date destination.
It is.
It's not a bad idea. You take somebody to Shrek's
It's-
Adventure.
no, not
It's
first,
funny. It's ironic. You'd be laughing a bit together, going, we're at Shrek's Adventure. You could bond over that. You really get to see what a real person is like at Shrek's Adventure. You get to see where they are. You
see
get
their
to
true
walk
colours.
past.
You see their
walk-
intentions.
Yeah, you walk past some of the characters. You go, I really would shag Donkey. And then you could be going, hee hee hee.
No, the dragon, bro. The dragon.
Yeah, the dragon
well-
was a baddie.
Dragon's fit.
Yeah, that's further on. You have to get through the rides to get to that bit. So, you can really learn a lot about somebody there. I think you take them to Shrek's Adventure and you bond.
And also, if they try to have sex with you after Shrek's Adventure, not worth it. Don't do
Exactly.
it. If you come home wearing your Shrek mask and they're trying to get it on with you, they're not worth it.
No, because that means they will stop at nothing. Whereas if you're both laying in bed, you've got your Shrek mask on, and they got their Fiona mask on, and you're cuddling like in the films, and you can be happy couple together forever.
And then you hear accidentally in love, do 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 do.
Yeah,
this is
a dream. This is a dream. I think this is what they should do.
And this is coming from All That Glitters Is Gold, man. So
Yeah. I reckon that is it. I reckon you take them to Shrek's Adventure, and then you come home and you could be friends.
You could be friends.
Is this just the moment you've been dreaming of since Shrek's Adventure opened? This is a personal desire. This is nothing. This is completely evolved.
Next one. Hey, so I've been with my girl. Oh, hang on. I'm back. Hello. Sorry.
Hello, mate.
I have been with my girl for a year plus now, and she's been a bit of a bitch recently.
Oh, fuck.
Instead of writing this in a big paragraph, I do appreciate they've just bullet pointed here, which is saving me. Well done, thank you. So, the bullet points, boys, are: she fell asleep next to her ex. She has been saying stuff like, you can kiss other people, and that's made me overthink.
Oh.
I don't know if that's overthinking. I think that's just being a bit rational.
That's thinking.
At first, she lied about her body count. Yeah, potato. And she would completely ghost me for hours to days. I want to break up with her, but how should I even break up with her? I would like to repair our relationship, but it's getting toxic.
How do you fix that, man?
What do you mean, getting toxic?
I've been in a relationship where one of those bullet points is applied. Get as far away as you physically can before things get worse.
Yeah, fucking go. It's time to go.
No, that was not fun.
No,
So I completely empathise with you. But
if you need to get as far away as possible. Drink every night.
Have a whole month of drinking with George Mignolas.
Yeah.
Cheers.
That's what you should do. But we will invite you around. We drink with you every night for about a month, and then we'll send you back out into the world, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You get a sad month token with George Mignolas. You can sit on my sofa and we can drink crack and rum until one of us passes out.
And you might break one or two toes in the process, but it'll be worth it.
It's all worth it. Yeah, I don't know. The fact that you have said it's getting toxic means that you are truly lost, my friend. Get out. Get out, man.
I think that is, especially if it's one thing if you're comfortable with what, or it's pre-established that this is the way the relationship's going to be, but sleeping next to your ex, not a normal thing. If I was in a relationship with someone and they slept next to their ex, I'd be like, okay, hold the fucking phone.
Well, that'd be mental for you because you'd be like, how did anybody get into this apartment?
For sure. Right. But then also, the idea of people talking about polygamy, if that's not something you've signed up to or something you're comfortable with, get as far out of that as you can.
Yeah, for your own sake. That's it's not it's a bad if you both agree.
Yeah.
But somebody's saying that also implies, I think, that if she slapped her next to her ex and she's going, you can kiss other people, I think you can read between the lines there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real here with you, Chief. She shagged her ex. I'm just gonna be straight out with you here, Chief. I'm 95% certain. Just get out.
We don't even know
get
yet.
out.
You're going to get 2 sad tokens for this if you don't leave. Save them up.
A really good way of telling if someone has cheated on you is to sexually engage with them and engage their response. Do they appear comfortable with the situation or do they appear guilty? That is apparently the best way to find out if someone has cheated on you.
How do you gauge if they feel guilty though, or if they just don't want to?
They do the sad puppy dog eyes.
Yeah, they're more likely to not want to. They're more likely to feel uncomfortable. Their body feel uncomfortable because they feel like they've done something.
How do you gauge between whether they just don't want to or if they
okay,
feel
well,
guilty?
the issue is, George, George is like, what if they're always uncomfortable?
Oh, no!
So where's the difference to usual? Yeah. Fuck's sake.
Oh,
all right.
God.
My hookup likes me more. So basically, last year in August, me and this girl hooked up. We both got really drunk, and long story short, we fucked.
That's so base.
I knew she liked me more, and I see. I knew she liked me more than I liked her, and wanted to date properly. So I took advantage of this, you dirty dog, because I wanted to get laid. She also compliments me a lot, which is nice. Fair enough. So in February, we started talking again, and I was in need of a bit of validation. Wow, this is someone very in tune with their feelings, and wanted to get laid. But as it turns out, she has this massive crush on me and wants to do more than just have sex. Pegging. Not pegging.
That's the
I,
next
on the
step.
other hand, don't want to do more, and I just want to have sex. I'm guessing by do more, he means, romantically have a big old love. What do I do? I like her as a friend, but I really don't want to date her. But I said I'd take her to Mackey's on a date because I felt bad.
Romantic.
That's a real fucking sentence.
A man of romance, I see.
Try Shrek. Try the Shrek amusement.
Yeah, Shrek Adventure.
No, that's for love. No, wrong.
That's for love.
You take her to the Shrek. You take her to the Shrek museum. She's expecting engagement within a few months. Take that back. No, I think establish the boundaries. That's the most important thing you can do. Establish the boundaries.
I think you lied to him.
Now I've dug myself this hole and it's a bit of an issue. Her friends and her brother wouldn't think twice about kicking my face in, so I'd quite like to avoid that. But do I just let her down gently or do I tell her the truth? By the way, love the pod. Well, I'd just like to say congratulations. At least one of our listeners is having sex. Well done, fella. You're probably one of 3.
I thought you meant right now. Do you reckon people have sex listening to this podcast?
Oh my god, that surely not, bro. Surely not.
They did, didn't they, last week? Somebody said they had...
If you're
it
at
hard,
least
bro.
one
Hit
person
it
is
hard,
well listening to
go on.
this. Stop having
Yes,
sex
let's
now!
go.
You're sinning!
Clap them fucking
You're
cheeks.
sinning! Stop!
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 Let's... Oh, Jesus, that felt...
They've had a crazy day at Shrek's Adventure, whoever that is.
let's both take a moment and make sure both of you are having a lovely time, and ask if the other person could be doing something. Ask if you could be doing something better.
Would you like a finger in the bum?
Finger in the bum.
Yeah. Give them directions on how to be better.
I think that's a question that's not asked enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we sacking her off? I think you've got to sack her off, right? It's going to happen sometime around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sack her off. Find someone else.
Also, are you meeting up during COVID? Because, that's really bad.
That's mental.
God, yeah, no one in this call has ever done that.
No, never.
No.
No.
Okay.
We follow the guidelines.
Keep me anonymous, boys. The title is You Broke Me and My Boyfriend Up.
Good.
So, I started watching your videos so I'd have something in common with my boyfriend. But from the second I subscribed myself and started listening to the Campcast, my boyfriend started hating you guys.
You sure it wasn't for the plethora of reasons to do that anyway?
What the fuck? Whenever I offered to watch a video, he'd get all upset and defensive. He just took the Campcast breakup badly. That's all it is.
Yeah. Some say that the people have still not recovered from the Campcast ending.
That person's me.
Yeah.
He was jealous that I was watching you guys for some reason. You'd think I'd have cheated on him.
So we're all so handsome.
That's it, mate. That's it. Look, we're 21 and he's acting like he's 14. I broke up with him not too long ago and I still don't know why he acted like that. Maybe you could help me unpack his emotional baggage. Maybe he was just upset he wasn't the only Alex anymore. I think she was having sex dreams about George Memulus.
Did it say that in the email?
Maybe that guy's ex was the one who got him into our content. Maybe that's why maybe he just attached it with something negative.
That could be a good reason, to be fair. Because no men are watching our videos.
I think when he closed his eyes at night, all he saw was James Marriott clapping his girlfriend's cheeks. And he just couldn't
Whilst
handle it.
holding Clive very close to it all the time.
Clive running up a train. Okay.
Okay, let's hold that. He does not want to be viewed in that way.
Do you reckon he just got fucking really irritated at looking at like two people sit on these clearly undersized beanbags every single week? Because that would have pissed me off as well, to be honest. So
that reminds me of this time where I met someone called Jake, who's one of Aria's friends, and Jake's a really big Happy Hour listener. Like, has always been a really big Jackmate fan.
Never heard of it.
And yeah, no, but he was listening to the Happy Hour like very regularly when Alex was on it, and he was like, I really like Alex on this show, but Alex has another podcast, so I'm going to give it a listen. He listened to one episode of the Campcast and went, God, I fucking hate that James Marriott guy. And now he's my friend. Now he was like, you were just constantly picking apart absolutely everything that Alex said. And I was
but that was
yeah,
the funny part about it.
Right.
That was good though. It was funny. It was great. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think I can't help you really.
Yeah.
You should have told him.
She's already left him.
Yeah, and you should have been like, look, 2 views is twice the ad revenue. So we weren't bothered by it.
No, that's true.
If anything, the fact I feel like he's actually personally robbed me out of his own insecurity.
Right.
I'm not happy about that.
Yeah, we don't claim him.
Well, shout out Alex if you're listening. Brilliant.
Yeah, I'm quite actually upset about the fact that somebody would stop watching our content because it's something so silly like that, because it means I make less money.
Yeah. Shame.
It's not cool, really, is it?
You look really upset. You look really upset.
Why it isn't like if we started doing something bad, but just because somebody else watches it, that's not fair. I take
You're
this
right.
quite personally.
Is everything all right, Alex?
No, I'm not happy about this. I don't know. There's no advice to be given here. I reckon you send him this. Clip this out and send it to him, and then go lol. There you go.
I've never seen someone upset wearing a Gucci hoodie. That was quite special.
Yeah. You know, material things. I mean, he might have paid for this, but it means nothing if he's not watching anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if he's not paying for the next one. All right. I need advice from the boys. So, basically, me and my girlfriend have been dating for 4 years. But I can't stop thinking about her younger sister. Me and my girlfriend...
Okay, how old is she?
Okay, right. You don't need help from us. You need help from a psychiatrist, my guy.
Me and my girlfriend are both 21, but her sister just turned 18.
We do not claim this, man. I'm sorry, we do not claim you. But that is,
Hang on,
that
wait,
is like
is he 21?
quintessentially grooming.
He's 21.
let's just establish that.
Hey, wait, how old is he?
Yeah,
21?
it's illegal.
Yeah. And it's sent, sorry, I know this probably isn't the most important thing. It's sent using gorillamail.com.
Yeah.
He's a
That's like
he's
an
a, no,
anonymous
I can't.
email.
He's a criminal.
What you trying to hide, fella?
Well, no, that is pretty fucking criminal. Let's be real. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, true. I don't know if I'm really comfortable reading the rest of this, so I'm just going to crack on.
yeah, no, let's move on from that one. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Wait, what was the advice you wanted? Just out of curiosity, just to.
He wanted...
Should you say no? That's the advice.
No.
Am I a bad person for thinking about her instead of my girlfriend?
Well, we've
Sean?
answered that question.
Yeah, we answered that. Yes, you are.
Yes.
You're fucking horrible. What do you mean, mate?
Wait. He thinks about the little sister while...
No, look, I'm not going to read what he said about the little sister and describing. Am I a bad person for thinking about her instead of my girlfriend?
Yes.
Oh my god, yes. Oh my fucking god, yes.
Let's cut that bit where you ask that bit at the end, Will, and then cut the bit where James says the answer is no.
Yeah, leave it. Just like fucking
Okay.
stitch it together.
Sup, my dilemma is simple. My whole family and some friends think I am a lesbian, but alas, I am not. I don't know how to tell them I am just straight. They drop hints and ignore them. Of course, I am thankful that if I suddenly became a lesbian, they would accept me. All right, so they're kind of nice, but they're a bit pushy, and
Right.
she's not a lesbian. But this isn't going to happen. The fact that I've never had a boyfriend or openly talk about boys with my family doesn't help. Please save me from the cringy hints that they drop. Thanks a lot. I wonder
Just
what
say-
the
Fuck your
hints are
brother.
like.
That'll show him.
Yeah.
Fuck what? Fuck the. What did you say?
Fuck your brother. That'll
Jesus
show him.
Christ. Yeah.
No, don't do that.
Or your dad.
Yeah, fuck your
Yeah.
dad. Yeah, that's.
That would really get one over on your mum.
Yeah.
Yeah, then she'll definitely stop talking to you.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to rattle some lad then in front of them. Really, you're just gonna have to.
Oh, just bring some
Yeah, you just
bloke
have to
over.
grit your teeth and
Or you could just talk to them.
No, but they
bring a
actions
bloke.
speak
they
louder
ignore
than
it.
words.
Yeah, because I don't know. I reckon if she brought a bloke over, she just so happened to pick like the one obviously openly gay mate of hers to come over, and then that will just cement it for them. So I don't know. Find.
Well, they could just close the door and make noises, you know.
Hmm.
And then you could. Sorry, I don't know. This is a bit of a complex situation. You
Just
shag
speak
a lad
to
in front of
them.
them.
Speak to them, man.
I
Speak
think
to your
they're
family.
not listening though.
Well, if you're going, I'm not gay, and they go, well, then you are lost. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's pretty harmless, though. If they were, like, homophobic and they were actually, like, trying to, like,
Yeah.
getting pissed at you, then it would be a problem. But if they're not homophobic and they just kind of are joking around the issue, I think, it's pretty harmless.
Just
Yeah.
need to shag someone. All right. I'm gonna skip that. Go on. I'll give us a ramble to buy us some time here.
Well, based on some of the stuff that you've already not skipped, Will, I'm quite worried about what you would actually decide to move past.
Well, fuck
but,
it. Come on, then we'll read it. Hello, Eboys. Please keep this anonymous. Because I know my mate watches the podcast. So basically, I'm 17 and I'm still a massive virgin. It's not that I don't want to have
fine.
sex
Ha ha.
with. It's not that I don't have anyone to have sex with. It's just every time I think about it, I get scared. I don't know if I should be worried about losing it soon or if I should wait from when I'm 100% ready.
Of course, wait.
So if I could have your advice, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, if I had to fuck a Harry... No, look, right?
Hey, wait,
Let's
no,
not
I want
get
to hear
into fucking
I want to
Harry
hear his
Potter characters
answer.
when you
Will,
don't
let
wanna
the man
fuck
answer
a
the
human,
question.
Right?
That's my guy.
No. Let's not run before we can walk here, right?
hang on.
Wait
It's-
for them to release the anamorphic buckbeak sex toy, and then practice on that.
Says, if I had to fuck any Harry Potter character that wasn't a human, it would have to be Draco when he turns into a ferret. Awful.
Fair choice.
Just chill out, mate. Just chill out. Just take it at your own time.
Poor
Everything will
fucking
be fine.
Draco.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's-
He still retains his human memory. Imagine being Draco Malfoy, right? This person only wants to fuck you when you're in ferret form.
Yeah,
Christ.
that's messed up.
On a real one, you will get like you'll catch jokes from your mates if you're like, oh, I'm not ready for sex yet at 17. But I like to go by the philosophy: will I care about this in 5 years? And if you think you'd care about it in 5, well, you wouldn't. I don't think you like if you waited to have sex and then 5 years later you'd had sex. I don't think you'd care about how you acted when you were 17.
Also, you got shitty mates if they actually fucking, so it's not a real loss.
17's quite young. Like,
Yeah, I know.
All right. Next one. Escaping the motherland. Sup. I'm planning on doing an exchange to the UK, more specifically England, hopefully in the next year or two. Anywhere outside of the Pacific Ocean would be great, as the farthest I've got from home, they live in New Zealand, is Australia. There is a lot to consider. Choosing a university to go to is the main thing. I originally wanted to go to one in London, but loads of scholarships exclude London from their applications because it's hella expensive.
No, it's too you'll hate how expensive it is in London. It's simply not worth it.
So my dilemma is where to go now. My options are Manchester, Southampton, Newcastle, Birmingham, Exeter, Leeds, Nottingham, and Sheffield. The only reason these places are somewhat familiar is because my football-obsessed brother thinks that something about football teams. I humbly seek your advice to help me make this not so important decision.
Newcastle's cheapest.
Birmingham, it's a beautiful town.
Oh, fuck Birmingham.
Fuck it, not Birmingham.
It's a beautiful, quaint town.
Fuck off, George.
The first three, I have knowledge of the fact that they are good for students. Like, they have high student satisfaction, I think. Like, Manchester, Southampton, and Newcastle. Everyone I know that's gone to a uni in one of those places enjoys it. Like, I've not met one that doesn't.
Even South? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mate. I've got a mate at Manchester. He fucking loves it there. Kieran Carlin went to Southampton. So you could be the next Kieran Carlin. Something about that. Work for Will and then
The next Willeney slave.
Yeah. All right. So what we're saying, Manchester, big yes. Yeah.
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 Manchester.
I know nothing about universities.
Southampton, I'm going no.
Southampton's a yes.
I was gonna go to Southampton Solent over Bournemouth. So
That tells you all you need to know. Newcastle.
yeah, Newcastle's a yes.
Newcastle, undoubtedly a yes.
Yeah.
It's too far up north. And the people speak funny.
Mate, I've heard someone say that they got like quadruples for £1, like, a go.
Yeah.
So you could get there was a bar called Empress, and it was like a pre-drinks kind of bar, and you could get 3 trebles for £5, and then they upped it to £5.50. It was like paint stripper, but you could go out in Newcastle with like 20 quid, come home with like a tenner, and still get a taxi home. It's phenomenal.
That's nuts. Reminds me of Spain.
But the climate change from New Zealand to Newcastle might be a little bit much.
They've both got Newin, so they might feel at home.
That's
Yeah.
it, that's the one.
So are we judging these unis based on alcohol prices?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, because then we'd have to go Birmingham's okay, and I refuse to admit that.
No, Birmingham's like more expensive than Newcastle, I reckon. Like the further you go up
Yeah.
north, the cheaper it gets, I think.
Yes, it definitely does.
Economics. Exeter. Where is Exeter? Where actually is that?
That's like Devon.
It's east of. Wait, is it east of?
It's like
I
near
thought it was-
Devon.
Oh no, that's Essex,
It's
isn't
near
it?
Devon.
Yeah. Oh, bottom left. So west.
All I will say is the people I know that went to University of Exeter were like the proper posh cunts.
Oh fuck.
and
Don't
I
go
didn't go
there.
to the University of
If he
Exeter,
did-
so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
saying it all, really.
Leeds, Nottingham, and Sheffield. I nearly went Sheffield, but I didn't get the grades to go in. So fuck Sheffield. Actually, yeah, fuck Sheffield. And they speak a bit funny in Leeds, so I think fuck there too. Nottingham's bad for crime.
Also, Nottingham, I know someone who got really sad there, and bad vibes.
Right. Yeah, full of fucking crime. All right.
No, I'm looking at the town names around Exeter.
What are they?
Forverton, Wimple,
Wimple.
Clumpton, Tiverton, Witheridge. What? Chumley? What? What?
Oh, Johnley.
Morton Hampstead, Shagford,
Shagford.
What is
Shagford.
this?
Hang on.
Go to uni for Shagford.
Right, let's put some reviews. Put some reviews on Shagford, boys.
Is that
No way is there a place called Shagford.
okay? It's pronounced Chagford, but I
If you
Shagford-
if
oh,
you
you
start
missed
renting
that.
in Shagford over the next few years, there is a high chance that George Mimilis will be your landlord.
Yeah.
Just a warning.
I'm gonna buy up all the property in Shagford.
There's a place next to Chagford. Is a place literally just called French Beer. That's the town name, French Beer.
Are you sure it's not like an off license?
It's probably an off license.
Is it actually spelled Shagford?
Yes,
No, Alex, you fucking misled me. It's Chagford.
I said that. I said it is Chagford. It's Chagford, but it's funny to call it Shagford.
Yeah, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
No,
All
too
right,
right.
boys. Give me advice, please, internet boys. Good day, mates. Will seemed just a little bit let down with the lack of drama in the confessions from last week's podcast. Thank you for listening. Again, please rate 5 stars.
Thank
so
you.
strap yourself in, big boy, and answer me this. Oh, I feel a bit emasculated. She called me
Uncomfortable.
big boy. Jesus. All right. I've been doing sex work on and off for 2 years, and I genuinely enjoy it. Power to you. I've never had a job which gives me such ease and sense of freedom and control and is flexible enough to work well with the physical and mental obstacles that impede my ability to do normal jobs. Understood. I'm currently 24 and have been working normal jobs since I was 13, so it's not for lack of trying. But in the last 2 years, I've found myself wanting to quit trying to make a normal job work and just focus on being open about sex work. More importantly, sex work is actually interesting, and the thought of going in for a shift doesn't make me want to fork my own eyes out because of their sockets. Going in for a shift, so I was thinking OnlyFans, but I think it might be.
Station, maybe?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And there was this man called Hamid, and he just burst through the door.
There'll be a small subsection of people that understand that joke.
Yeah, there's a
about
Halal
5.
Ham video where he goes
And I
to-
feel very fucking sorry for them.
Okay. Recently, my only sibling has gone to jail. Jesus, there was drama.
Wow.
And it's forced me to rethink about the way I'm living my life. Why? Like,
Maybe
what
don't
do
commit
you do?
crimes and then you
Yeah,
won't go to
don't do
prison.
crime.
Oh, but also brought to light how much my parents struggle with shame. It's been a few weeks now, and I'm not allowed to tell other family members about him being in jail because they fear being judged as bad parents. This immediately sounds like your parents' problem. That makes me feel deeply sad because all I want to do is talk to my cousins about it because at least they would come at it from an empathetic, helpful angle rather than judgment. I've always felt weighed down by this secret of mine, but is it worth coming out of the stigma if the stigma would feel even heavier? I'm in a state in Australia where sex work is legal, but you can be legally discriminated against for being a sex worker. Cheers, lad. Hope you have a banging day. If you do get to banging, be safe about it. Good message. And if you get the Eboys Island up and running, I'll help run the brothel. Oh, right. So I thought this... Well, look, if you don't tell your parents and if you're not allowed to come out with that, you're just going to resent your parents the longer that goes on. So it might as well come out now, because if you're genuinely enjoying it and everything's going well and you're happy compared to your other jobs, that's the right thing for you. So if you're not going to tell it to your parents, you're just going to end up getting sick of them, and you should just live your own life. And if it's only because they fear being judged, fuck them, I reckon.
That's a really tough situation.
Yeah.
A really tough one. I don't know what I'd do in that situation. I don't know. Sorry, I don't have much commentary.
No, I don't know what to add to that.
I guess it would really depend on the relationship you have with your parents. I know if I was a sex worker, my dad would probably hunt me down slowly. So I don't know.
My dad would pay for it.
Your dad could make brilliant money as a sex worker, James.
Dad, if you're watching this, OnlyFans is calling. You could be in the top 0.1%, as is every other OnlyFans creator.
You got to tell them, man. You can't just keep it like you. It's obviously like, yeah, this is a bit of me. Just gonna have to crack on, I reckon. Has to happen. Oh, Jimbo, this could be a bit of you. Creative perfectionism. Jesus. Hello, Eboys. You probably aren't going to give me any actual advice, but I thought I'd ask anyways. We are. It's a serious podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
Over the past year, I've gotten really into music, songwriting, production, etc., and I love it. The problem is, though, that I'm a major perfectionism and I can't create anything I'm 100% happy with. Even if I spend weeks trying to get something just how I like it, I will always find something new, and that's wrong with it. This causes me not to post much of my music as I would like to, even though realistically I know it's not that bad. I was wondering if any of you have ever had a similar thing, and if you have any advice on how to stop overthinking it. James and Alex, I think I'll pass this on to you two.
James, you can go first.
Do you want to go
Because
first?
you're more,
Okay,
you're
I'll go
way
first.
more professional than I am. So
So the way I do it is like, so what I do is I set my goals to be bigger than what they actually are. So, for example, when it came to writing an EP, I made it a lot more songs than it would need to be.
you were going to do loads, weren't you?
7, and then it ended up being 3. One of them was cut after being finished. So we did absolutely everything for it. We dedicated a day to it in the studio. We got it mastered. I had to pay, I think it was like all the production fees, all the studio fees, everything. For that one song ended up being around close to $1,000. And it got to it and I was like, I'm not posting this. It makes me cringe. And that was it. So kind of like setting your mark over the top and then dialing it back as you go along helps me. And the other thing I'd say is don't sell yourself on one project and tell yourself like, I need to perfect this over weeks. If as soon as you get the doubt, if it's early enough to go, hey, I'm just going to move on to something else for now, do that. And also take time off. Like, for example, I've had a song recently that I spent like 3 weeks on, and then I started hating it, and I was like, God, I just can't get this right. And I went back to it today after a month, and now I like it again. And the imperfections that I saw before are now just bits of character in the song that I actually quite like. So I think just take your time.
That's very important, because I had that with video making, first of all. I'm quite fucking meticulous with the edit. I still do like fucking 95% of the edit, even though I have an editor. But it got to the point where I realised at one point that like, if I am to be a perfectionist all the time, then I will never ever have any form of stable work. Because if I sat there and really finished every video, it's stupid. And also, I came to realise that at the end of the day, and I think this is the most important thing, and this is also what I've got by speaking to a lot of musicians recently, is people just want something made by you. They're not, most of the stuff that you hear, most people will never hear. Like, I have videos on my channel that I look at, and I can see like horrific editing errors. I have videos where there's like 5 seconds of audio missing out of a video because I just missed it, like in an upload.
Credit card, CVC,
yeah.
your parents' postcode.
And those videos have like 1.5 million views now. But back then, I remember uploading them and hating them, and now I look back on it, I go, you know, and maybe not errors as big as that.
Bought the hoodies.
But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think you've got to be reasonable. Otherwise, you'll never get anything done. Also, finding somebody else who can help, because they'll keep you sane. Like, I've started working when it comes to music. Like, I could sit here and try and produce a song from scratch, but that's ridiculous if I try and do it all and master it myself. Like, I don't have a fucking clue what I'm doing at a certain point, so I always end up hating it. Whereas if I get somebody else on, they'll be like, that's fine, I'll do this, I'll do that, giving you advice. It makes life way easier if you've got somebody else to help. Don't be afraid to get somebody else to help you. And that's including YouTube as well. Because I think a lot of people they just try and do it all themselves. And like, I didn't have an editor for ages because the idea of anybody else working on my videos like actually fucking like scared the fuck out of me. Because I was always thinking I could do that quicker and faster. But now I'm like, that was driving me insane. I actually like, finishing projects. So...
All right, we're about to take a big old left turn here. This is about someone's girlfriend's sperm kink. Lovely. Didn't even know that was what it was. Basically, my girlfriend gave her cousin...
Sorry?
My sperm to drink.
What?
Warning. Warning not for the weak of mind. In brackets, Will Lenny. Fuck off. This shit is just confusing and I'm completely lost right now. So my girlfriend has a sperm kink... And after a very expensive dinner, we got to her house and she gave me head. As I was about to finish, she told me to do it in a glass of orange juice she had on the nightstand. I didn't think much of it because I've known she had this kink since before we dated. We both fell asleep that night. Drink not touched, but in the morning she brought it downstairs, and I guess she remembered her cousin was coming over this day, and she thought it would be really funny to give him the juice to drink.
Well, those are the ads gone on this video.
No, that's a criminal sentence.
That is actually criminal. That is criminal.
Hang on, camera's died. Of course, I told her not to, and she eventually said she would do it. But 2 hours later, he came over asking something to drink. She gave him the juice, and I was too afraid to say anything because I didn't want to ruin his trip or cause bad blood between the two of them. Extremely,
Oh my God.
it says in brackets, extremely stupid in hindsight. I have no idea what to do. If she did this to her cousin, what the fuck has she given to me? I've spent 2 years of my life with her, in big capitals that was, and I really don't want to end it, but I think after that incident, I need to. What do you think is the thing? Yes.
Yeah, man, that's literally criminal. What the fuck?
I mean, yeah, that classifies as sexual assault,
Sexual
right?
assault.
Yeah.
Yeah. My advice would be, not just get out. Call the police, maybe. That's mad.
There's no kink. No kink should go that far. That's not a kink. That's criminal.
Yeah, you shouldn't involve other people.
Surely you'd notice the consistency of the orange juice.
That's fucked up, man. Get away.
Where was this energy during the confessions? With us for advice, I was expecting like, oh, I kind of like this girl, but also, oh, she's into this other guy who's my best friend. You know, that's what I was expecting.
I would like to confess.
We're trying to make a fucking podcast here. This is good shit.
I mean, it is, but where was this energy last week?
Yeah. All right. By the way, guys, this week it's my. I am in control of highlighting this podcast and running the highlights. I'm just gonna write down 1 hour. Come drink. There we go. Just so that's we'll see if that ends up on the highlights channel.
So okay. Oh, this one's good. My stepdad grows drugs. For obvious reasons, this has to
doesn't?
stay anonymous. So, a couple of years ago, I found a weed plant in my stepdad's room, and since then, it isn't there anymore, but he goes into our attic a lot, and it's really loud up there. And the heating bill's fucking mental. And I'm sure he's growing weed up there, and I really don't know what to do. Like, I know it's morally right to tell someone, but I don't want to get him in trouble. But we have young kids in the house. I know this isn't the type of thing you expect, but I really have no else to tell.
Don't fuck with his grind.
Oh, it's just weed.
Don't fuck with his grind.
I just want to ask, don't fuck with his grind for one. That might be paying for your fucking. If you've noticed, if your dad's like, oh, I work at the local Tesco, and you've got like a fucking 50-inch curved TV and the PlayStation 5 and Xbox One, like think it for a bit. Think about where that's coming from. You know, if you wonder why your dad's got a Porsche out front, maybe think it through. So don't ruin the grind. But have any of you ever been around a house that is actually like this? Because I've only.
Oh no, are we going somewhere?
What, a trap house? Alex has been into many trap houses in his life.
One,
New
okay,
Milton
no,
Bondo.
really wasn't a trap house. It was the
Was
most.
it Omnia House?
No, it wasn't my fucking house. Okay, when I lived in America, I went round to a friend of a friend's house at the time, and they were just like fucking 4 like white blokes. And one of them was a FIFA level referee who like was refereeing like fucking MLS games and stuff. And he went, "Oh, come down to the basement. I've got something to show you." And I walked in, and it was literally like something out of fucking Breaking Bad. I walked downstairs. I remember looking around, like everything, you know, like those big, it's like silver kind of like chrome, like like reflectors. Just the whole basement, and just fucking like weed plants everywhere. And I remember, and he just went, "Do you want any?" And I was like, "No." And he went, "It's not legal here," he said, "but it probably will be in about 6 months." And I remember that being the craziest experience. Because I was like, why?
Well, that's true, though. Like, I think, like, if it's, like, if you're making, like, hard Class A's and that you can see them, like, compacting the ket into little pills, I think that's one thing. But I'm, like, we're even in the UK, I reckon only realistically a few years away from weed being legal. And it also reminds me of this conversation that
Class B, by the way. Could you just clear that
Sorry,
up, please?
okay, yeah, sorry. Sorry for the Will's prosecutors. And
I've Googled it, I promise.
and so yeah, it was when I was in sixth form, and like on the weekends, my friends and I would go and smoke on this little hill, right? And
James, you've done drugs.
Yeah, okay. And my girlfriend at the time, this was like her first time, not like knowing someone who was smoking weed around her, and it happened to be me, her boyfriend. And she went to her mum and went, "I feel quite uncomfortable about this." And her mum was like, "Oh, come on, it's just weed." I think it's just like, I think it's just, it's like at the end, and then she kind of came around to it. She's like, "Oh, if my mum doesn't really care about it," it's like, you know, as it goes, it's something that will probably be, and it already is legal in so many places.
Drug dealing, it brings bad shit, doesn't it? I've watched all the
True.
documentaries. Like all the shit that comes with it is probably pretty ropey, but I don't know.
That's
I don't
the
think
real
I'm qualified to
negativity.
tell you.
Yeah.
Next one, fucking juicy, really juicy. Basically, in Jan 2020, my dad bought me a MacBook, and for some stupid reason, he connected his phone to it, so I get all of his texts.
Oh no.
I have since found out that he's been regularly cheating on my lovely mother by having, and this is the next 3 words, raw bum sex with lady escorts. Because I am slightly brain dead, I have told literally everyone in my life about this except the rest of my family. I've told teachers, I've told friends, I've told random people at school, anyone with ears really. I also have prom and leaver stuff soon, and my dad will probably be there whilst everyone else will know his secret. Except my mum. Within my family, I am the only one who knows. Please help me. It is slightly funny. It isn't. I love my mum way more. Way more. I am suffering. Please leave this completely anonymous because I have friends that watch your channel. They already know though because I'm dumb as fuck. You need to tell your mum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell her exactly as you told us. He's been having raw anal sex with escorts.
Don't say
Say
that.
it exactly like that.
You can't tell the fucking Eboys podcast before you tell your mum. That's shocking. You've got to tell your mum straight away.
Imagine she tells her mum and her mum's like, yeah, it's like, don't worry, I'll do the same thing. I've been having raw bum sex on the side as well.
I am the female escort.
Mm.
And maybe it's just role play.
Perhaps.
You've got to tell the mum. Literally in that situation, the amount of awkwardness that could come out of a situation where your mum finds out in public.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If one of you...
What, at prom when somebody goes, raw bum sex? When your dad gets out the car in his suit when he's dropping you off.
And then you go, no, they want me to, you know, my nickname's here is bum sex.
Yeah, my nickname's raw bum sex,
easy come.
Dad. Don't worry about it.
That's your worst one yet.
Thanks, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Yeah, you got to tell them. Get 2 Christmases, get 2 birthdays. Win.
Yeah.
You win.
We've spoke about this before, doubling up the goodies.
Yeah. Fuck, that's deep.
Alex, give us your thoughts on raw bum sex, whereas I try and find some more emails.
I mean, raw bum sex. I mean,
This
you know what?
This guy.
Have you ever done it before, Alex?
All the time, really. Just
Love
whenever I get a chance.
Exactly.
Don't tell them about that, though.
Yeah, so I just think really you can't like you've got to give him props for trying it, but then cheating on your mum's outrageous. So
Why raw? Like, why
Exactly.
explicitly raw?
No, for the sweet sensation of anal cavity.
Jesus Christ.
Have you
We
really
just
got to
put that-
play out
we
the
just put
timing
that
there?
All right. Love advice, Anonymous, please. I'm having raw bum sex with some escort.
Well, I know my son knows.
Hi, E-boys. I'm in a bit of a tricky situation and need advice from love experts such as yourself.
Yes.
Don't worry, we're here to help, mate. Little bit of backstory. One of my best friends at uni was talking to this guy, but told me she didn't like him, and that she was talking to and sleeping with another guy at the time. Go on, lass. So, I started talking to this guy, and we have loads in common, and we hit it off instantly. Oh, this is a bit naughty. One night, my friend messaged me telling me horny she was.
What? Telling me horny she was.
Horny she was.
Horny I am.
And how she had 3 guys she would ask for sex, but she didn't know who to choose. And one of the guys was the one she told me she didn't like, and I was now talking to. She ended up sleeping with him in his room that happens to be above mine in our flat. And as it turns out, she took his virginity. But I found out the minute they had finished because she called me in a panic because she didn't know what to do next. Do I tell the guy whose virginity she took that I like him? Oh, and the next day I found out my other friend and flatmate likes him too. He must be a sexy boy.
What do you mean, called me in a panic?
Yeah.
Like, there's a fucking so much goes on to get to that point that to finish and then go, you're a fucking freak, man.
That post-wank regret, innit? Well, it seems
You're
like
right,
there's a
she's
lot
in a
going
disco.
on, but you should tell the boy. that, oh, but your friend shagged him. You're going to have to talk to your friend first.
Move on.
You're going to have to talk to the friend first. If she's cool with it, then go ahead.
Oh, just move. Oh, yeah, no, not worth it. Not worth the energy.
I'm
Just
with it.
find someone else.
Also, surely you sack her off, right? If she knows.
No, I don't think she knew. She didn't know.
Oh, that's
and the
fine.
friend met him first. But the friend obviously just... Well, the friend was in a panic. Maybe she doesn't want to shag him again. So, I think, talk to your friend, and then if you still want it, give it a shot. But, I mean, it looks like the odds are stacked against you, so I wish you the best of luck in your endeavours.
Yeah, good luck.
God, yeah.
Okay, hope this isn't too long. So I'm in a long-distance relationship right now because of COVID. We are super serious and plan to get married.
Oh,
We
God.
video chat every day. E-dating isn't real, mate. Not sure how relevant that is, but just helping to explain the situation. Oh,
Very
God,
relevant.
Sorry. Anyway, I'm not trying to badmouth my partner here, but sometimes they bring themselves down. Example, apologizing for being too sensitive or jealous. And I always do it. I always tell them what they're thinking about themselves negatively isn't true. They usually insist that they are right, and as nice as I try to be, sometimes I agree with them. But whenever I agree with my partner, they freak out at me for... Oh, I hate these type of people. Whenever I agree with my partner, they freak out at me for agreeing with them. But when I try to encourage and bring them up, they just go back to insisting about the negative traits that they mentioned. Any advice on how to talk with my partner about how they are feeling with saying the wrong... When people are like Eeyore, like this, I just... Oh... What do you reckon here? If it was me, I'd bounce. It's a lot of silence.
I don't know. I don't know what you do with that. That's if you're e-dating, sack it off. I don't think it matters from that point.
Yeah, if you're yeah.
We could have ended that one at the first sentence, really, couldn't we? Yeah.
Like, really, the part where you said we're in a long-distance relationship, I'm going to marry her, and all we do is talk on video chat. Get a grip, mate.
Touch grass.
Yeah, I think if people are constantly like as a put me down, but then when you're like actually trying to talk about it, they want it's confrontation. For me,
But
it's
yeah,
a
they
red
don't
flag.
even want to
Sack it
help them. They don't even want to help themselves at that
Yeah,
point, really.
if it's a genuine like I feel shit about myself, I want to grow, like I want to talk this through, solve this issue. Totally fine, obviously whatever. But if they want to then turn that into a flip it on you and start an argument, you've got to get out, sack the marriage off, turn Discord off, and go back to bed.
Delete your Discord account. Come back to the land of the living. For the love of God. Poor bastard. Yeah, unlucky, mate. You'll be free one day. We got anything else?
Give me a second.
The one thing I will say is, guys, is you should not sack off this pod and follow it on Spotify and rate it on Apple. Also, if you want to, subscribe to the channel, that'd be great. And also check out the Clips channel, because we do post clips on there, and they're very funny. We popped off a clip recently about Ollie Ball, so go watch that.
Somebody here is asking for advice about what to do in social situations from us lot.
Oh, go on!
Oh, God, yeah.
Cry.
No, I'm good at these. I'm good at social situations.
Are you now, James?
Let's do this.
Right, okay. Right now, of course, we're all here to get our advice from the very smart and talented Eboys. If I was to ask for some genuine advice, how do you stop overthinking? Especially in social...
You don't.
You don't,
Right,
my
I was
friend!
really confident.
Mute yourself.
Yeah, no. Oh, and there I...
There we go. Nice.
Okay. Especially in social situations, I convince myself that everyone hates me and make ideas in my head that people often avoid me, even though it's obvious that they
Jesus.
that they aren't. I've had people tell me how much they care about me without me hinting at it. Is this something you grow out of, and are there ways to prevent yourself from doing this?
No, you never grow out of it. It never ends. I guess my best piece of advice would be look at it from an outsider's perspective. Like, imagine someone else is telling you your problem as their own problem, and like if that makes any sense. Does that make sense? Like,
It does.
Not to me.
You best start believing in ghost stories. You're in one.
And then I've had the 5-year idea as well of like, will I care about this 5 years from now? That's one I always ask myself.
Also, nobody's really thinking. If you knew how much, if you think of how little you think about what other people are like no one's really thinking about you that much. Everyone's just left up in their own situations.
Everybody's thinking about themselves.
Yeah. Boy, best mate, I want a shag. Kind of boring. Oh God. Oh, this is.
Yeah, basically, you're fucked, mate. Sorry.
Okay, I live in an old house and the walls are very thin.
Oh.
My parents' room is next to mine, and at least once a week, I can hear very clearly them having sex when they think I'm asleep.
Yummy.
Should I tell them I can hear them, it will probably make things incredibly awkward, but I honestly don't know if I can take this anymore.
Just bang on the wall angrily.
Start, like, clapping, like, woo!
Yeah, celebrate.
Give them some encouragement.
Yeah, celebrate, for sure.
I remember when I had, I think it was my first girlfriend. I went downstairs. This is awful. I went downstairs one time, and my dad went, "This is why I shouldn't have put your bedroom above mine." And ever since that was an absolutely criminal moment. I genuinely felt real pain. So for the sake of just put up with it and don't talk about it, because talking about it is scarring.
Okay, it's me again. Wait, what? Someone's already put this in? So, there's this guy that I've been friends with, / more than friends with, since around 2017. We flirt a lot and send nudes a couple of times a month. One issue. He has a girlfriend.
Oh.
I don't want to date him, and I don't want to break up with his girlfriend.
Then stop.
But I have low self-esteem, and I like getting the attention from him that makes me feel some self-worth. Okay. What the hell should I do? Do I tell his girlfriend? Should I block all contact with him? Should I give you guys his contact information so you can dox him on this podcast? Fuck off.
Sorry, mate. Don't be a dickhead.
We don't want to get involved.
It's your fault.
Right, you're doing a bad thing, but if you don't know the girlfriend...
Bit late to tell the girlfriend as well.
True.
You can't be like, oh yeah, we've been sending nudes to each other for months, but actually, do you know the Eboys? They've told me that I should tell you, so go on. There you go.
Might as well shag him. Yeah, he's already cheated, right? He's already cheated.
Yeah,
if
that's
he sent you a
cheating.
picture
We've,
of his cock.
like,
So you might as well
established
shag him.
Yeah, just ruin everything for him. At this point.
Brilliant. Well, I'm glad we solved that one. I've got 19 left. I will scan through some of the best ones and I'll bring them to you live.
Yeah. I don't really know how to help you there. I mean, like, you're basically being like, I'm a problem. How do I fix... Like, you're the type of people we should be getting advice about. And I know that sucks because you are a viewer of this podcast, so you did say you have low self-esteem, and we have basically said that you're a terrible person, which may not necessarily help that. All we're going to say is that get out, save yourself.
The guy in that situation's the real issue.
Yeah, he's
the one
real
who's cheating.
problem.
Yeah, he's the problem.
You're enabling his behaviour. Go find somebody who loves you for who you are. And if you can't find that, watch these.
Yeah, no, keep watching our podcast.
Yeah, because we are the podcast for people who nobody loves.
Help? ? Hey guys, this is random, but if I'm talking, or in brackets flirting, and I knew what talking meant, but thank you, with someone getting close but not relationship-wise, so are we in or we out here? Do I need to disclose my sexuality to them? I'm bisexual, but I've had an experience in the past where an ex has been extremely mad I hadn't told him, but then had experiences where people said I didn't need to tell them. Or does it all depend on the person? I think if they're getting... Maybe it means what he...
That's so strange
what he got
because,
extremely
like...
mad about. Did he get mad that you didn't tell him, or did he get it... you know what I mean?
Yeah, because if he's mad that there's a potential that you might be interested in both genders, and that's weird because if you're already interested in one gender, then doesn't that imply that you'd be interested in other people from that gender as well? It's not like...
I think it's like from a personal perspective, I think you should tell people as soon as not as soon as, but if it's clear that there's something going on there and you might be in a relationship, just as to be like, I don't want this to come up later and for it to be like I've been hiding something from you, but here you go, here's the piece of information. Yeah. Because also then it's a good way of telling, like, if they're going to be homophobic or they're going to be like, oh, that makes me uncomfortable,
weed them
fuck
out.
them off. Yeah.
Yep, brilliant.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that, actually, because if you tell them and then they go, oh, you know, I could deal with you liking me as a man, but if you might also like women, I draw the line there. And you'd be like, well, that's really weird because I also like other men. It's not that... It's like, you know, so... yeah, I don't know, sack them off, really. Like, that's a great way to tell if somebody's shallow.
For sure.
Or a homophobe.
Yeah.
Even worse.
Or both.
Yeah. Go for it. Tell them. Tell them and then judge them horrifically. Like how they judged you.
Hi, Eboys. I have an awkward situation.
Hi.
When linking my contacts to my Twitter account recently, As a suggested contact, through presumably an old email address I had linked to my account, I was recommended a very explicit, anonymous account with the name along the lines of, oh, I'm obviously not going to say that. At first, I was very confused as to why it was recommended. It was a very kinky account with a series of amateur nudes and dirty tweets. It wasn't until I saw the phone case and a bathroom in a mirror selfie that I realised it was one of my old school friends. I know lockdown has been tough on all of us, but I didn't think she meant for this account to be quite so public. I presume she doesn't understand the privacy settings and thinks it's anonymous, but I don't know how to tell her without letting her know that I've seen everything. We haven't spoken maybe a year, and we never that close, never as close as I feel now seeing her pussy splayed out on Twitter. Do I leave it now, or how do I even tactfully bring it up to her? I agree. Go on.
For an anonymous email. You make an anonymous email her and be like, yeah, I don't want to tell you who I am, but your shit's everyone's seeing your shit.
Yeah, just be like your privacy settings are kaput. You've got to private your account or something.
Oh, like the Batman.
But also say in the anonymous email, if it would make you comfortable to know who I am, that's fine. But it's about their comfort. It's not about your embarrassment, because this is embarrassing for them. Say to them, because I know for a fact, if this was me in this situation and I received an anonymous email, I'd be like, oh my God, I don't know if I could go and talk to people without knowing who this person was that has seen my bits everywhere.
Oh, James, you might be able to answer this one. Hello, Eboys. Last week I accidentally sent my boss a link to something which may or not have been hentai. Which I may or may not have been watching for something other than the plot.
Doesn't exist.
I haven't seen them for a couple of months now, but they've seen the message and haven't replied. I have to go back to work soon. Any advice?
That's so funny because that has two plays. Did we ever tell the story about when you put something in the management group chat instead of the personal group chat?
Hmm?
Do you not remember?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
I think that's a great place to end this podcast. All of your advice, boys, has been
My
brilliant.
camera just died.
Oh no!
Please subscribe to this podcast. Like the video if you're watching the clip. Subscribe to the clips. Follow us on Spotify and rate it 5 stars on Apple. It's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
Yeah, we greatly appreciate that. We'll read some reviews again
Bye.
soon, and we'll read some comments and stuff. So see you
camera's died
guys
as well.
soon. Peace, people.
Kiss,
Bye.
kiss, goodbye.